Hello, hope you had a good week. This shiur is dedicated, as always, to Leah Bas Reb Chaim Tzvi. And last time we left off mid-Perek. It was actually the first time in our shiur Megillat Kohelet that we didn't finish a Perek. So we're in Perek Zayin, and we're going to start today from Pasuk Yud Bet, which is a little before we left off, just to keep you caught up with where we were. The topic of the Perek is the need to see the end of things as you begin, to see what the logical conclusion of your actions will be. Ki b'tzel ha'chochma b'tzel ha'kesef v'yitron das ha'chochma techayeh ba'ala. So he says that wisdom shades or protects someone and leaves them feeling as though they're in the shade, as opposed to being exposed to the elements. In the same way that money also gives a feeling of being protected or shaded. But the advantage of knowledge and wisdom is that it gives life to its owner. So what we're saying here in this pasuk is that there are two things that give a person a sense of security. One is money and the other is wisdom. So let's look at why money makes people feel secure. We like to think that if there's money, then we can close all of the holes. We can guarantee everything. The fact is, even before the current economic crisis took place, I think anybody who's been around the planet enough days has noticed that people who have money and even people who use it well are not protected from all life's vicissitudes. There's illness, there's heartbreak, there are many things that money doesn't guarantee. We nonetheless feel a certain kind of security when we have money because there are some things that money does buy, and also because the material things that we buy carry with them the illusion of permanence, while spiritual things feel ethereal, which is of course the opposite is true. How does wisdom affect a person? A person who's truly wise knows what to do. They have some sense of who to be in almost any situation that arises. So you could say, look, if money makes you feel secure and wisdom makes you feel secure, but in the end both a wise person and a rich person really has very little control, what's the advantage of wisdom over money? So the answer is that wisdom gives life to the one who owns it. What do we mean when we say it gives life? So as we spoke about previously in these classes, in Judaism life is a relative term, not an absolute term. So I would say this lectern is alive. It has microbes that move. But a blade of grass is more alive. It photosynthesizes, it grows, it does more. It has more possibility. A duck is more alive than a blade of grass. It could swim, it could see, it could hear, it could direct its own locomotion. It has primitive emotion, fear, for instance. A person is much more alive, has more possibilities than a duck. Look at who we are. So the fact is that only God could be called, as He is, Elokim Chayim, the God of life, meaning only God has all of the possibilities. But there is an evolutionary move towards that, to give more and more and more things possible. So he says wisdom gives life to its owner, meaning the wiser you are, the more possibilities you see in a situation, the more potentials are there for you to observe. Well, a person who invests themselves into the acquisition of money, everything you could buy with money is death-bound. So the more money you earn, the closer you are to affiliating yourself with the Grim Reaper, with the angel of death, because there's nothing that you could buy that lasts very long. Ve'eya et ha'maseh ha'elokim, ki mi yuchal letaken et asher ifto. So he tells us here, we should look at Hashem's works. What does that mean? Notice that He's the complete nature of His being in control. And that nobody could fix what He's broken. So what does that mean? Why would Hashem break anything? Who could fix what He's broken? After a person lives their life, The way things work in the future world is that you have to account for being who you are, and God doesn't intervene. So a person who's petty, who's a liar, who's this, who's that, has to face up to that in Olam Ha'emes, in the world of truth. So notice the words of the text now. Because who could fix what Hashem has made crooked? Meaning, who could fix the divine judgment, since the divine judgment is existential? There isn't someone saying, no, 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 no. No, you are, who you've made yourself into being. Some advice in maintaining balance. B'yom tova, hayeh b'tov. On a day that's good, be happy. Uv'yom ra'ah, and on a difficult day, rei gam et zeh lumat zeh asel elokim. See that Hashem makes one thing parallel to the other.